Hi everybody, today we're gonna do the foundation tricks and to see what should we do and what we shouldn't do. So let's start. The first thing you're gonna need is foundation, of course, and I recommend to put a little bit on your hand and just go ahead and put it all over your face. Now you can do your foundation with fingers if it's like liquidy and can be easily smudged all over the face, but the problem with fingers is that you do not have any control. You cannot take the excess product off your face. Sponges and brushes, they just take off the excess product. The next thing I would not recommend, so this is foundation brush. It actually says it is a foundation brush, but this is not very good because it just leaves streaks and you don't have a lot of control. I do not like this for foundation. I use this for highlighter sometimes, but let's just say don't be tricked into this. Unless you're some magical person that knows how to use this, do not buy this. What I recommend is, of course, buying a beauty blender or maybe a dupe like a sponge. You can't go wrong with that. So with that, you just start dabbing all over your face. You can use this part, but I have more control with this part. So you just dab all over your face. And what Beauty Blender does is take off the excess product and just blend in the rest of it. It just gives you this even look. Before you use it, you have to wet it. So put it under under water and just take it out and squeeze the water out, and the Beauty Blender is going to take all the water that it needs. What I recommend when you put your foundation, do not go crazy with it. Do not do the cakey face, please. It's better for you to add more later than to take it off. And what you've missed with your foundation, you can add with your concealer and just fill in the spaces. It's better to have less foundation than too much foundation, trust me. These dabbing motions are everything that you need, and you're pretty much done and ready for the next step. But for the sake of this video, let's try another tool. Let's try this double fiber brush, skunk brush as they call it, and also stippling brush. Again, take a little bit of your foundation and just dab it all over your face. What you want to do is to dab these dots in the center of your face. And then you take your brush, and what you want to do is start from the center of your face and pull the product away to the ends of your face. What this does is keeping your product in the middle of your face where you mostly need it, and just fades in very naturally to the outer parts of your face. And use gentle motions, short and gentle, maybe circular, but this is enough just to kind of like a little cat scratching you. We're done with our foundation. So if you don't want to spend $17 on a beauty blender, you can spend $6 on the stippling brush and it's gonna be fine. The next thing we have is a concealer. You want to put it under your eyes and also a little bit on your cheeks. And I'm gonna start blending in because this concealer dries out pretty fast. You can use, of course, your beauty blender for this. You have these little small tiny baby beauty blenders. If you want to buy them, you can, but you can just use your big beauty blender and use this sharp tip. And for the other side, we're gonna use our fingers. I do use fingers for the concealers because the warmth of your fingers will melt it down. So if you don't have time to be bothered with your beauty blender, just use your fingers. The reason why I'm putting little concealer on my cheeks is to have this natural flow from the under my eyes to the rest of my face. You don't need to use your concealer on your eyelids if you're putting your eyeshadow and stuff on your eyelids, because you're just gonna cover it with eyeshadow. There is no need for you to put a lot of makeup on your lids. Of course, you can put a primer on it. I'm putting the same concealer on around my nose because I have redness around my nose, here on my forehead, and a little bit on my chin as a highlighter. Now that we're done with the liquidy stuff, we're going to use the powder. The powder will set the face makeup completely and it's gonna make everything look even and matte. The matte is what I'm going for. You can use the compact powder or the loose powder. For this I'm going to use loose powder because it is the best. Of course, when you're traveling, it's easier to take a compact powder because this can make a mess in a bag. But if you have a choice and just at home when you're preparing, getting ready, use the loose powder because it's fine texture and it makes everything look kind of effortless. You take your loose powder and put a certain amount in your lid. While you're using it, you're gonna kind of learn how much is enough. Use the fluffy brush. I think this is like a blush brush, but I'm using it for my loose powder. I like these because these are fluffy. They can take a lot of product and just cover the larger parts of your face. So start dabbing and then pulling and in circles. You're just gonna feel what feels natural for you. You see, this part of my face is already looking more even and matte. And now you're done with your foundation. You can move on to the other fun parts of makeup. I hope you liked this video and find it helpful. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Bye bye.